New at 10 tonight, a legal battle will decide the fate of a St. Bernard dog accused of biting a young child in the face. His mom wants the dog put down, but the rescue where he came from fighting for his life. News 5's Colette Bordelon joins us live from the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region, where that dog is currently being quarantined. Colette.
That's right. Duke's been inside here for almost 2 weeks now. I spoke with the director and owner of the shelter in Oklahoma where he came from. She says that the circumstances that led up to this bite set Duke up for failure, and he doesn't deserve to die. Duke's a St. Bernard who came to Colorado after being in a foster-based rescue in Oklahoma.
This was the last dog that I would have ever imagined having a problem with a child.
Shannon Sanoski says Adriana's Saints and Angels Rescue adopted the dog out to a Colorado family in November.
We also had a behavioral trainer evaluate him, and he did fantastic with all dogs, all people, no signs of anything whatsoever.
She says the family contacted them saying Duke was fighting with their other dogs. Sanoski says she offered to either take Duke back or for the family to get a trainer involved, but she says the family decided to wait until after the holidays for the trainer. A GoFundMe created by Vanessa Edgerton says right before Christmas, her 5-year-old son was attacked by a St. Bernard.
I later spoke to the mother of the child, who also stated, the children were home alone with the dogs not secured.
Duke was brought to the Humane Society, who apparently told Sanoski she could pick up the dog on January 3rd.
Contacted on New Year's Eve by them, stating that she had complained and said that she wanted the dog euthanized.
However, Sanoski says their adoption contracts do not give the mother the right to euthanize Duke.
Right now, we filed suit against Humane Society, and unfortunately, they've charged me personally with owning a dangerous dog because I don't want him euthanized.
The Humane Society issued a statement saying because of the dispute, they'll hold Duke until the courts say otherwise.
We have to wait until the judge decides who owns the dog, if the dog is actually deemed a dangerous animal, and, if he lives or dies at this point.
Sanoski says the next court date is for the arraignment of her charges. That's going to be happening here in Colorado Springs on February 3rd. Now, we'll keep you updated on what ends up happening to Duke. Always watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Colette Bordelon, News 5.
Colette, thanks. Still ahead, a news crew gets a close encounter with the mysterious drones spotted over Colorado and neighboring states recently. The moment that they caught on camera. Next.
And stay tuned for News 5 Sports. Worlds will collide as professional and collegiate hockey come together next month at Falcon Stadium. Outdoor hockey, yes. Coming to Colorado Springs, a great opportunity to check it out. Only News 5's Jake Gaden speaking with the man who's running the show. Find out what to expect. Right now, here's Mike.
A pretty healthy cold front tailgating us right now. It's going to be much colder around here tomorrow, windy with flurries in some spots. I'll break it down for you next right here. You're watching News 5 at 10.
Welcome back. We continue to track the drone mystery that's got people talking about strange sightings in Colorado, Wyoming, Nebraska. There have been several reports in recent weeks about unidentified aircraft appearing at night in rural areas with no explanation or warning from any authorities.
Right, and we have this new video tonight from an NBC crew in Omaha that actually got a first-hand encounter with the unidentified aircraft and caught the moments on camera. Liliana Pearson reports.
That? 6 on Your Side had their boots on the ground tonight. After dozens of distant sightings, we had 2 back-to-back close encounters of the mysterious drones that flew less than 100 feet above our heads.
What? It's a V. It's got a V. It's like, what the heck?
Most drones we saw stayed well away, hundreds of feet in the air, and were moving around 50 miles an hour, according to Deputy Kennenbeck.
It definitely raises curiosity because it's something I've never seen either. Patrolling the county, it's dark and you see stars all the time. You see something in the sky that looks different. Definitely raises curiosity.
Then back to back. 2 drones we believe to be between 4 and 6 feet flew close enough over our heads we could hear this.
That is wild. That one looked bigger too.
We adjusted the brightness and contrast and slowed down the video, and it appears to be plane shaped. Witnesses we spoke to are not fearful, even though they say as soon as they pulled out cameras, the drones would turn off their lights and move away. They just want to know why they're hovering and flying over rural farmland only at night.
And just this week, a task force of more than 6 dozen law enforcement agencies gathering to try and get to the bottom of this. The FAA says the drones are likely not malicious, but they are still investigating. And the sheriff there put out a request for public assistance in tracking down a so-called command vehicle thought to be associated with these drones.
Yeah, we told you about that Monday night. However, the sheriff has since rescinded that request without saying why. So we still don't know exactly where the drones are from or who's flying them. We'll continue to follow this story for you.
This is your First Alert 5 weather with Mike Daniels.
I wanted you to see this. Dietz Parker sent this to our news partner Denver 7. He caught the moon right on top of Blanca Peak looking over a snowy Great Sand Dunes National Park. Man, that's stunning. Scenery like that is why so many people want to live in the state of Colorado. Live in Colorado Springs tonight, we've got clouds from Stratmore Hills to Broadmoor Bluffs all the way to Skyway. 33 degrees, no wind, so no wind chill. Pueblo 31 with a light breeze out of the northeast at 8. It makes it feel like 23 degrees. Had a few flurries across parts of Colorado Springs, parts of El Paso County earlier this evening. There you go, right there. Didn't amount to much. If you blinked, you missed it. And right now we're dry up and down the I-25 corridor from Monument Hill all the way down to the New Mexico line. The models have really been struggling with this storm, which just tells me it's really going to wimp out, not turn out to be much. But 7 to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, a few flurries possible along I-25 points west back into the foothills, and already seeing some good bands of snow out across the far southeastern plains. By late morning, not much happening around here. Look at that though, south of Highway 50, going to see some real good snow across those areas. There'll be wind as well, so blowing snow certainly going to be an issue out across far southeastern Colorado. Early tomorrow afternoon, drier air already punching in. I think we'll see periods of sunshine around here tomorrow afternoon, maybe a stray leftover flurry, but again, this storm certainly not going to be much across the News 5 viewing area. If we're lucky, a trace of snow falling across Colorado Springs. We could get shut out in many neighborhoods, even across far northern El Paso County. A trace to maybe an inch of snow, same for Woodland Park. Across the Wet Mountains, Sangre de Cristos, 1 to maybe 4 inches in some areas. And down across the far southeastern plains, there's the prime target. Prowers County, Baca County, eastern Los Animas County, up to 3 inches of wind-driven snow across those areas. Yes, it was cooler around here today. A cold front rolled through early this morning. 50 in Pueblo and Colorado Springs, 43. And look at that. Exactly where we should be this time of the year. It's always nice to be normal. Outside right now, 20s and 30s all across southeastern Colorado. No serious wind, so no serious wind chill. Low temperatures tonight right at 20 for the Springs and Pueblo. Those numbers a little warmer than average. And it is going to feel cold around here tomorrow. In fact, it'll be the coldest day so far during the new year. Temperatures into the 30s, but the wind blowing out of the north. Gusts from 30 to 35 miles per hour, creating wind chills into the teens at times. Some areas could even see wind chills into the single digits. So if you're really sensitive to the cold, you'll want to dress in layers, bundle up, stay warm. In Colorado Springs, we're one and done as far as the flurries go. Dry skies from the weekend all the way through next Thursday. And look at those temperatures gradually start to creep up. We're into the lower 40s Saturday and Sunday, mid 40s midweek, and by this time next week, an afternoon high really close to 50 degrees. Pueblo, it's been unseasonably warm for the past 10 days in a row, but turn out the lights, the party's over. Cold and windy tomorrow, a couple of passing snowflakes during the morning hours. It'll be warmer over the weekend with sunshine, warmer still into next week, but it's going to be breezy to windy each and every one of those days, and really cold Saturday morning as that morning low temperature drops all the way down to 6 degrees above zero. Canyon City, the real January shows up tomorrow with that cold front moving into Fremont County. Snow won't amount to much, but the cold will play for keeps. Doesn't stick around long. Temperatures into the 50s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. And for Woodland Park, the only chance of snow over the next 7 days is tomorrow, and that won't amount to much. Just a 1 on our storm impact scale. Real cold day tomorrow, then gradually warming temperatures from the weekend all the way into the middle part of next week. So guys, file this one under mostly bluff and not much stuff.
Yeah, we don't need a shovel buster for the weekend.
Not going to happen, my friends.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
I mean, I would have, it's been a while.
Do you like to bust that shovel then? Is what you're saying?
My husband will do
Oh,
it for
well,
me.
there you go.
That's why.
Just kidding. I help too.
Okay.
Sometimes.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. I forgot I had the next read. New at 10, the New York Times giving away the worst kept secret that Colorado is awesome to visit and live at. They're singling out Colorado Springs specifically. Our city made the Times list of top 52 places to go in 2020, coming in at number 13 overall. Colorado Springs right up there with Tokyo, Sicily, and Greenland. We talked with some locals about the news and got some mixed reaction.
It's a cool thing to get listed. I just think that's going to draw a lot of attention to it. So I don't think it should expand any more than it should.
It's probably great for like the tourist industry, like Old Colorado City and well, this downtown area.
Yeah, I think we've already grown a lot over the past few years, and I think we'll probably continue to grow more and more.
Among the city's features highlighted in the article, besides access to all the great hiking trails and outdoor features, the new Olympic and Paralympic Museum, the new Summit House on Pikes Peak, all set to open, and a specific shout out to the Manitou Incline. Rob, we still have to get you up there.
Got to. Bucket list. All right, a sad note tonight, everybody. If you followed sports in Colorado for, say, the past half century, I want to let you know of the passing of longtime sports writer Irv Moss. He worked for the Denver Post for, get this, 60 years. His friends say he died of throat cancer at the age of 85. You name it, he covered it for decades. Preps to college, to the pros, the Olympics. Colorado born and raised, Irv Moss, remembered tonight as the ultimate pro, a true sports journalist.
Still to come, a pair of #1 teams taken to the court tonight. Could they hold off a pair of challengers looking for the upset? We have highlights in sports.
This is News 5 Sports with Dylan Scott.
The NHL Stadium Series at Falcon Stadium is a little over a month away between the Avs and Kings. Today, News 5 Sports' Jake Aiden was able to meet up with the man who runs the show to exclusively preview this year's game and give fans a little bit of extra to what to expect. Jake, take it away.
Thanks, Dylan. Joined by Steve Mayer, the NHL content officer, as well as known as basically the general of everything that's going on right now here at the NHL Stadium Series. All right, let's start off first. Why here? Why Falcon Stadium? Why Colorado Springs for the NHL?
Why not? This is an incredible stadium. 2 years ago, we started what we're calling an arm